Hello from Bucharest, the capital of Romania. It's kind of a dreary day today, and we may have had a sleep in because of a night bus and a full day exploring.
In Transylvania yesterday.
Yes. Check that video
amazing
out
day, by the way.
the
tour is linked below with Flora, and it was amazing.
So we want to come and explore the capital though. It's got some buildings, a lot of historic things happened here. We watched a few YouTube videos with the history of Romania because that's always how we start a new place.
Yeah, this place is packed with history. It's quite cool and it's unique. It is like a Latin island in surrounded by
the Balkans.
Surrounded by a Slavic culture. It is at the root Latin in the language. Romanian is actually after the Romans that were here. They took over the other people that were here. Anyhow, so it goes back in many layers. It's quite unique. And there's tons of beautiful architecture we're gonna check out.
We hope the rain holds off. Also hopefully gonna have some traditional food, some more different traditional food, and let's see where the day brings.
Let's do it. Cozy vibes in Bucharest.
And by see where the day brings, I meant see what the day brings. Still waking up in here.
Subscribe to follow along. We're wearing our down jackets and our raincoats on top, but it's actually not that cold, to be honest. It's like, it's reasonable.
I disagree.
Like
it says it feels like one.
It doesn't feel like one.
I am wearing 1, 2, 3, 4 different layers, and I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
But I have 4 layers and a half.
I just have a merino long sleeve, a down, and a raincoat.
You can see my breath.
I think
it's cold.
It doesn't feel like one to me. Anyhow, we've arrived at our first stop.
Like seriously, look at that. No wonder it's like Roman things. This is like a super grand music opera house theater. It literally says Roman. I was right. Okay,
so this is the Athenaeum of Bucharest, or Athenaeum. I'm not too sure how to pronounce things. The Romanian language is kind of odd, but it is Latin-y. So people that are like Italian and Spanish and French too, at least, there are some similarities, and it's a little easier for them. They're like brothers and sisters in a way.
Adding on to what Keith said, Florin also taught us that there's actually some similar words with French and Romanian. So for example, merci you say here as well as like thanks. So same as French. So that's pretty neat.
Built in the 1880s by French architects.
Oh, that's pretty
Part
new.
of the big projects that took place here in Romania that were like, you know, classical architecture.
Neat. So officially this is a very grand city. Right behind me, this is Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Also I think attached to it is the University Library. So like, look at this building. And then across from me, right here, is the National Art Museum, which also is a very grand building. And above me is a giant horse with a man on it. By the way, after using this device to do a little bit of research, I've learned this is the first king of Romania. So he's a big deal, and it says specifically equestrian, so it's while he's riding a horse.
Yesterday, Florin told us about the Memorial of Rebirth. He said it kind of looks like a stick with a potato through it, but it's not. It's actually simple. I mean, it kind of does, but it's really quite meaningful. Represents essentially the Romanian Revolution of 1989, you know, because they were under, you know, communist regime of Ceausescu, trying to pronounce that properly. And so it sort of represents people fighting through the dark cloud that was that era in their history, which is really symbolic. Also, again, I'm using my friend AI to look things up all the time and to use maps. That being said, I quickly wanted to talk to you about how exactly we're able to learn all these facts on the fly, wherever we are in the world. It's actually all thanks to our Holofly eSIM data plans. Now, whether you're traveling for weeks or months on end like us, this is going to be necessary for your next trip. Holofly offers data eSIMs in over 200 destinations and regions around the world. We've been using it consistently for the last few years of travel, and it makes everything a lot easier. If you're not familiar with an eSIM is an embedded SIM, which means you don't need to go hunt down a little plastic SIM in an airport when you arrive, or find a local one in a new country. With Holofly, it's simple and flexible. You just choose one of their regional eSIMs online, and you pick the number of days you want coverage for. Once you purchase your plan, you get an email or a WhatsApp text with a QR code to activate it. Using Wi-Fi, you can scan it with your phone, and it'll activate within 2 minutes, and boom, you're connected wherever you are in the world. We've been using the Holofly regional eSIM plans forever. We've used the Europe one, the Latin America one, Southeast Asia, the Balkan recently, and now back on the European plan with Bulgaria and Romania. Honestly, it helps immensely. The second we land, we're connected, we're Google Mapsing, we are calling taxis, we're messaging our hosts. It's kind of like a requirement, and the regional plans make a huge difference. We would definitely recommend Holofly and the many regional eSIM data plans that they offer. We have a 5% discount code, KeithandDev, or you can just use the link below if you're interested. Now, back to exploring Bucharest.
We are staying outside of city center because both Airbnbs and hotels are quite pricey here in Bucharest. We're actually using coins in order to stay here anyways. The metro is really easy to get in and out. I say this because we're between two gorgeous looking hotels, and if you want a nice bougie, like very not our style outfits experience, you can definitely have that kind of thing here in Bucharest. So behind me is the National Military Circle, which is a palace that was created before and during World War I. And it was from donations from people in the military, and there's all this history of balls and things taking place here. It's now still owned by the Romanian military, and there's like a cinema and a concert hall, all this stuff inside. But what's really cool is I found this website called Visit Bucharest, and they have all these stories about the different monuments we're going to. So it's kind of fun. It's like our own little walking tour. These are so fun. It's like your own private dinner bubble. We're not eating here, I just wanted to point them out to you. They actually have heaters in them. I didn't notice that, that's really cool.
This is St. Nicholas Church. It's an Orthodox church, and it's something that you'd think would be in Moscow, but here we are in Bucharest, and it's just
tucked in here
between these beautiful buildings, kind of just taking up this square. It's really nice. You have these beautiful neoclassical buildings, and you have like, yeah, I don't know, just like all these different types of architecture. But then you also have these ratty looking weathered communist buildings that haven't seen any maintenance since, I don't know, the 50s it looks like. And then right next door you have like, I don't know my architecture names, but maybe like Renaissance-y, you know, the Victorian decorative detailed buildings like side by side. And then Gothic is the next one.
It's honestly just a fun city to walk around in.
It's like really funny how it just all is mixed together.
This is beautiful. It's like an indoor-outdoor little alleyway with all these shops and restaurants. We're just gonna walk through. It's like cozy and lovely.
I think this is called the Villa Cross Passage with like a yellow glass roof. It's like 19th century architecture, full of restaurants and pubs.
All right, behind me, the last stop on our KeithandDev See Cool buildings so far in this video is the National Museum of Romanian History. Trust me, it took me a lot of times to get that. And I think it's a giant museum where you can learn about the history of Romania. At the moment, Keith and I are very hungry, so we are going to go get some traditional Romanian food. All right, we're at a restaurant Keith saved. It is obviously very popular because there's a line to get in here. You can sit down right away outside, but there's like a wait list to sit inside. So of course we're prepared, so we're gonna sit outside. There's music and stuff. And this is a lovely vibe. Just casually reading the menu. You're gonna have a lot to pick from.
We had a restaurant called Caru Sibere, which is a restaurant that was recommended to us by Florin. But also, if you look at Google reviews, it has 75,000 reviews and like 4.5 stars, which is like astronomical. Like we've never been to a restaurant with that many reviews, I think. It's like a lot of reviews. And positive. Starting off, because we were outside with the heated lamps, with an Irish coffee.
Ah. Did you get any coffee?
No. Still haven't.
Oh no.
I had to go digging with my spoon. The coffee is incredible, and it's got that tang of whiskey. This is so good. Real whipped cream. None of that Cool Whip stuff I always complain about. If they ever use that, good. This is incredible.
Just holding it's really nice. I may or may not have already had 2 coffees this morning, so I decided to skip out on it, but I'm gonna try Keith. Oh wow, that's delicious. Very well done. All right, we got our food. It looks amazing. We got two very traditional dishes. Keith got its bean pork soup in a bread bowl, which is apparently very traditional here. And I got something we actually already got in Transylvania. It's called sarmale. I think that's how you say it. But what it is it's pork wrapped in like cabbage leaves with polenta, green peppers, spicy peppers, and pork. I'm just gonna go for it and try it. At least the polenta. Keith and I realized we really like Romanian polenta. They just know how to make it here. My mouth's watering. That's amazing. It's super flavorful, light. I also forgot to mention it always comes with like sour cream on the side for the dish. It's really good. I'm excited to eat it.
Bean soup in the bread bowl. I gotta eat the soup quickly before it gets completely sponged up by the bread. Wow, it's super good. Comforting. I think it's a parsley on top and red onion on the side. I can't eat red onion like that. It just sticks with me. But this soup is fantastic and I'm excited to eat the bread too. May I have some of Devin's food?
Yeah, probably.
I'm already eating my bowl from the inside.
So fun.
So good, so comforting. It's the perfect thing for this kind of weather. Oh my gosh.
This is really good. Would definitely recommend this dish if you are in Romania. There's also these green spicy peppers that are spicy, but they just add to the bite so much. I really like this dish.
And I have to say that this restaurant blew me away. I thought it'd be kind of like touristy, but it is really good quality, very tasty and traditional food. Even if we're outside, there's heated lamps and we're comfortable, it's nice. I think there's live music and shows inside. But yeah, this is epic. Very good. Romanian food is tasty. Tasty.
Also, if you didn't watch our last video, Keith also tried the traditional dessert here. You should definitely check that out. It was amazing. So we're not going to order one now because he had one literally yesterday, but it's also really good.
I want to quickly correct that and say that I could have the papanas. I mean, I physically could, and I would be happy to. But maybe like I should lay off the pastries a little bit, and also, you know, our budget and all. But I could have it. We have sadly left the beautiful restaurant.
Oh, it's a bit chilly outside.
Kubere, or something like that.
Recommend.
Romanian's hard to pronounce.
Also, we went inside to pee and would definitely recommend going inside. It's beautiful.
Incredibly nice, like mix between an old pub and a church and a beautiful hotel.
With murals, yeah. Stunning.
And music.
It was very popular, but understandably why.
It's gotten colder as the day is moving on. We have another cozy vibe indoors thing to see before we see some more sights.
I just love bookstores so much. I just realized being in here and looking at books I've read or books I want to read just makes me so happy.
I went straight to the non-fiction and English literature and historical fiction books.
Obviously, I'm just looking around at everything. It just makes me so excited. I love reading so much, and bookstores just make me happy. And this one was obviously stunning.
Warm and cozy and beautiful. Beautiful. This is like the original Indigo. It's got like souvenirs and it's just an aesthetic and you just want to hang out here.
This one has a wine section, so it went up Indigo. You can buy wine here.
And there's a cafe upstairs. It's quite nice. It's chic. It's beautiful. Just want to hang out here all day.
Back into the cold weather.
Okay, we have a couple more sights to see here. One of the most epic, controversial, and memorable, iconic Bucharest monuments / buildings. It's the Parliament building. It's huge.
It's giant.
It's ginormongous.
And we were also told yesterday by Florin when we were on the tour that it also goes like what 9 floors I think down.
It's like a mirror, 9 floors up, I think 9, and then the same amount of floors down.
Like,
And underground tunnels and secret passageways. Now it's being used for other sort of government things, but it's not fully used.
no,
and
they
so
only
people are like,
use
what
a
the
small
heck?
part of the building, and the rest is like left.
So Romanians here from Bucharest are like, what's all this wasted money on this massive, ginormous building when it's mostly empty?
Yeah.
Built in the 1980s by authoritarian communist ruler Nicolae Ceausescu. it represents oppression and, well, authoritarian rule. It's his massive palace. So it's no longer that anymore since the revolution, which is good news. Of course, he was actually like taken out. Him and his wife were executed. Big revolution in the late 80s and early 90s. And now it's part of the parliament and contemporary museum of art. And that's better.
We love learning about history of new places, and we love sharing what we learn with you, but as you know, we are not historians. So we are trying our best here to let you guys know what we have learned. But if we are incorrect at all, please comment below. We do just want to keep learning. Alright, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
Funny story. It's to do with this giant Orthodox cathedral behind us.
We've been walking towards the cathedral from the massive Parliament Palace building.
Which you
on the
can
other
see
side.
the whole time, but there's a giant wall.
That's the palace right there.
So we're like,
huge.
We're gonna go to the entrance to actually go up to it and see it.
Since the last time we talked to the camera, it's been like 20 minutes. We've been walking around to see the world's tallest and biggest by floor space, I believe, Orthodox church in the world. And 135 meters tall, which is pretty impressive.
We come up to it, there's a fence with a sign that says it's closed for maintenance for 15 days, and that's
oh my gosh.
here.
Also, like, there's walls all around it, so you can't enter it until you go to the very front.
It is very big and beautiful. I bet it's inside is stunning.
It's
bet inside is stunning.
super tall, but it's one of those like, what the heck? It's not open. It's hard to get to.
And like the weather's a bit gloomy, but it was still a great walk. We got some exercise.
Guess I'm a bit cheesed by it, but it's impressive. That's why we came all this way to see it. Now we're gonna go warm up with something that Romania produces a lot of that not many people know about.
12th in the world, if you're curious.
Turns out Romania is one of the biggest producers of wine in the world.
15th, not 12th. I was close. It used to be 12th, and now it's 15th.
So this is Fetashka Negra, which is a type of wine from Romania, and it's like maybe a Cab Merlot, medium body for full body.
Okay, yeah.
Aromatic.
This was the type of grape that Florin recommended, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Our buddy from our last video.
So it's a grape from here. I mean, how cool is that? I mean, get your Romanian wine, folks.
Well, we haven't tried it yet,
well,
so
maybe not.
We'll let you know in a second.
I mean, remember 2 sips?
I liked the first sip a lot,
We once did a wine tasting thing.
Once. Okay, it's actually really good.
It's really good.
I really like it.
It's
wow.
I love full body, rich, fruity.
Yeah, it's like heavy, but like a good kind of heavy.
You got the black currant.
And smooth.
Mm.
Really good wine.
That's really good wine.
Would recommend.
I even asked the bartender to open my bottle downstairs. It was really funny.
Yeah,
we
and
have
they
no
gave us
bottle
glasses.
And
really nice.
And he said this is a good bottle.
And
Crema Sceptura.
We bought it at the grocery store.
It won awards. That's good.
And we are staying in a Marriott because I have our Marriott Bonvoy credit card and we're using points. And that's why we have this lovely hotel room.
We use the Marriott Bonvoy American Express, credit card to get points. So our link's below if you're interested in that card.
We hope you enjoyed our Bucharest video. We truly have loved our time here in Romania.
Yeah, Romania's amazing. We have to come back here, honestly.
So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.
See you in the next adventure.
Our last stop on this Keith and Dev Walking Seeing Buildings tour is the National History of Romania Museum.
Museum, no, restart.
Behind me is the National History of Romania Museum. Behind me is the Natural Museum.
National. Yeah.
Behind me is the
What is going on with you?
Our last stop on the little visit big buildings here in Bucharest is the Natural